Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, following the performance against, Steve Rolls, you would only be led to believe that all the super middleweights in the world are going to be licking their chops and getting very, very excited about the possibility of giving Edgar Berlanga his first ever professional career loss. He won the fight barely, and he didn't look spectacular doing it. He showed a lot of chinks in the armor. And one guy that's taken to, who did an interview recently on FightHype.com is a personal favorite here on the channel. One Jesse Hart. Now, I love Jesse Hart. Been a fan of this for years, and truth be told, I probably spent more money on Jesse Hart pay-per-views than I have for pretty much 95% of fighters in boxing. Truth be told, because he's had these small pay-per-views for like $10 and $15 and things like that. I bought like 2 of them, so I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Jesse Hart, and it hasn't sat well with me that he has 3 pro losses against Joe Smith and Zorro Ramirez. Although those are good fighters, when he was a prospect, I had some pretty high hopes for Jesse Hart. But Jesse Hart's been grinding his way back at the local scene in Philadelphia, just taking good fights to keep busy and get wins and keep those tools sharp for when he does get the big call. But Jesse Hart called out Edgar Berlanga. He pretty much said that fight for him at this juncture of his career, at this point in his career, is the right fight at the right time. And truth be told, I love this fight because I really think that it's a fight that I'm not sure Edgar Berlanga would win. I really think if they fought right now or in Berlanga's next fight, I would pick Jesse Hart to beat Edgar Berlanga. This was a fight, most of you guys probably don't know this, but this was a fight that last year, around like April, May-ish time, around this time last year, when Edgar Berlanga was getting ready to fight Desmond Nicholson. This was a fight that was talked about. It was a fight that I heard about, just through rumors and people and stuff like that. And the week that Edgar Berlanga fought Desmond Nicholson, you gotta remember, he hadn't gone the distance yet, so he still had the hype of that knockout streak. Once Nicholson took him the distance, like that same week, or not too long after, Jesse Hart was cut from Top Rank, and obviously if he's not with Top Rank, the possibility of a fight with him and Berlanga is going to be a lot less likely. So I think Top Rank did Berlanga a favor not making that fight happen and cutting loose with Jesse Hart, because I just think Jesse Hart is a bad fight for him. When we talk about Jesse Hart, we're talking about someone who can box, who can move, who can punch, who's long, who's rangy. I think his style, the way he fights, is absolute kryptonite to the style that Berlanga's been showing. This style where, yes, he's got some heavy hands and he's a strong kid, but very, very heavy on his feet. Follows his opponent to the straight line around the ring. He's the kind of guy that is absolutely gonna get massacred by a hard, aggressive counterpuncher. And Jesse Hart can be that at times. He's the guy that has power behind those shots when he counters. So I can see this fight being a fight where he stops Berlanga, and barring any sort of improvements. Berlanga's gonna have to improve a lot to be the guy like Jesse Hart. But I want to see this fight next. And you know what? Let it be known now. Let it be known right now. Now that Jesse Hart has made his feelings known, I think this is the exact kind of fight that Berlanga needs. A fight against a guy in Hart that was once highly touted. A fight against a guy in Jesse Hart who's at a good level in the 168 division. A guy that will be hungry to put himself back on the map and get himself back in the fold at 168, so that he could actually fulfill some of the potential that he once had when he was the Edgar Berlanga, when he was the highly touted prospect. I would love this fight because it would really show what kind of boxing intelligence does Berlanga have, because I didn't really see a lot of growth in the Steve Rolls fight that I wanted to see, and that's just what it is. If he can't beat the Jesse Harts of the world, then he has no business talking about fighting them guys at the top. Straight up and down. No two ways about it. If he can't beat Jesse Hart, he has to just move on and consider another career, because he'll never reach the top of the sport if he can't beat guys like that. Just straight up. You know, and I'll go on record right now. You know, I'm a fan of both fighters. You know, I like Jesse Hart. I like Edgar Berlanga. I've had positive interactions with both of them, so it's no hate. They both have told me personally, whether it be on social media or in person, that they enjoy my content here on this channel. So it's no bias here. I like them both. I've had, you know, but if they fight right now, I think I would lean towards Jesse Hart just because I think Edgar Berlanga is lacking that boxing IQ. He hasn't really evolved his style. And listen, the only way I see him beating Hart is if he catches him with something big. But he's so predictable. He comes to the front door, you know, no feints, just following you in straight lines. I just really see this as a fight where Jesse Hart will beat Berlanga and he'll put himself back in the mix for some big fights. So I agree with Jesse Hart. It's the right fight at the right time, and you know, make it happen. Edgar Berlanga, Jesse Hart, that's what we want to see. I don't want to see Berlanga against nobody else but Jesse Hart his next fight. So Top Rank, don't mess about. Make the fight happen because you guys have a working relationship with Jesse Hart. So it's not like it'll be a hard fight to get over the line. You know, I think it'd be quite simple when you factor in how much Jesse Hart wants to fight. So there should be no hold up. There should be no confusion. There should be no negotiations or searches for other opponents. I want to see Edgar Berlanga versus Jesse Hart because I think that's the fight that's going to tell me what and where Edgar Berlanga is going in his boxing career. And for Jesse Hart, you know, it'd be a good time for him to show, you know, can he actually get over the hump against a name opponent? Because, you know, let's be real. I like Jay Hart. I want to see him I want to see him get his career back on track and fulfill his potential. But man, he hasn't been able to get over the hump of those big fights. So, you know, this is his chance. Now, credit to him, he's fought some of the best fighters in the world, but you know, he was once supposed to be one of the guys that's supposed to be the best fighter of the world. He was a guy that at one point in time, Bob Arum used to mention as a guy that could potentially be the face of Top Rank. And people forget that. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Jesse Hart, Edgar Berlanga, what do you think about the matchup? How do you see it going? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.